Greetings, fiends in the kitchen. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, episode 34. Chef Victor. A little sketchy that the game would ramp up the combat music while I'm sitting on the ground in a place that I think I'm alone. Rude. Negative 30 out. It's a good time to sit on the ground and read a book. It's the warmest it's been in multiple days. It was like negative 45 the last few days, so this is a heat wave as far as I'm concerned. Are we going to take bets on whether I re-break my leg again? Well, you're welcome to. I'm not going to put it up as a prediction, though. Shelves don't look bare. The last few places I mean, they're just one pop each. Not great, but come on, milk. Ah. Ah. Nope. Tons of junk food. Now, the real question is there going to be a shotgun under the counter? Like there sometimes is. The low loot setting is rough? Yeah, it is. You can definitely see a significant difference with it being on very rare. You were, what kind of music were you playing in your stream? And thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. I am going on a milk run. It's not going very well. Oh, Jay, did you tell him to raid over? Is that what's going on? This espresso tabletop soda. Wow, not only that, but these aren't storage shelves, they're just counters. So this thing is completely looted. I'm heading home empty-handed. You know nothing about any raid. All right, did I break my leg again? Well, I mean, of course, it's tradition, and who am I to violate tradition? Doesn't slow me down any. I'll still go toe-to-toe with the hordes. I'm gonna drive home a different way. Oh, please load. Okay, just to check out the difference of neighborhoods. So I'll be taking a left at the major intersection. The intersection is pretty full of zombies. Oh, man. Actually, this stretch of road is... Oh, don't hit the post! Is a little busy. These townhouses and... definitely aren't vacant. So I will spend one more day reading the books and watching the tapes to try to get my cooking skill up even further. But if you want to suggest goals, go for it. I'm going to take a milk run off of there and just do cooking skills. I tried milk, didn't work. So that shelf is officially full. I'm gonna need more food storage soon. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. That could have been worse. Okay, that is a window without glass, so that's good. I didn't eviscerate myself. I just was really eager to get to the composter, clearly. I couldn't wait for the normalcy of doors or whatever. Yep. Fix the missing walls. Oh, who would ever think that's an issue? Me hopping out of windows accidentally. That never happens. How much time do we got on this? 36 hours. So some of tomorrow will also be filling up the stove again. I like your ideas you guys are submitting. I think I'm also overeager with the amount of books that I have on me. It doesn't make sense to have this many. I'm gonna put some away. They are heavy after all. You blame the lack of, the game's lack of control? Seems like it could go out a window pretty easily. Yes. The game won't stop you from doing suicidally dumb things. It will just allow you to full send to your death if you want. It's just the way PZ is. And I adore it. So why not? So I'll say like at 3 p.m. or so, I'll poll about what to do tomorrow. But first thing I'm going to do now is to get some more wood for the fire. Or we're going to have some pretty cold nights. The game just wants me to break the other leg? Probably. Probably. Man, I wish I had more rope. Sheet ropes weigh so much more at 0.8 per versus rope at 0.3. So much more efficient to just have a bunch of sheet ropes, or ropes, to tie up your timber. I am also not going to bring the empty gas cans. I won't need them where I'm going. I'll head down to the... I'm going to head down to the trapping park, because there's a little bit of advantage clearing out the trees around the park so that zombies can't sneak up on me as easily. So I'll be grabbing wood, but also making trapping a little safer. I should have grabbed twine to replace... Well, no, the trap I'm missing doesn't require twine. Never mind, I take that back. So I can also replace the broken trap too. This has got to be some sort of convergence point on the border of chunks. For the record, I have zombie respawn off, so this isn't like respawns or anything. It's just zombies that keep wandering to the park. Oh my god. That wind chill, even I can hear it. It's negative 60 Celsius, considering the wind chill. So, totally super warm. And yet, I am starting to overheat due to all the exertion. Well, this will make it a lot easier to drive around here, because I've been nearly hitting trees every time I come by. You know, one thing I find fantastic is Zomboid was obviously not designed to go this cold, but yet even the audio seems to really create the ambience of completely inhospitable cold. It's one thing that I think a lot of people overlook for Zomboid is how carefully tuned all of the audio, music, sound effects, inventory, reaction noises, everything. It's all very careful and set up, just very thoughtfully. Especially in the last maybe 3 or 4 major patches. It used to be a little bit more blocky and basic. It still had good audio, but not to the level where it is now. Besides animals and NPCs, what else? So I'm a little mixed on the answer I'm about to give you. And I know that they're also working a bit on it already. But the one thing I would want to see is more of an endgame. More things to do for survivors that live months, not days or weeks. Why I'm mixed is the whole premise of the game, of course, is this is how you died. Right. The premise of the story of Zomboid is essentially you're not a survivor. This isn't a victory story. This is the story of your death. So adding more endgame content, I wouldn't want it to invalidate the core of the game of, like, it's brutally difficult and this is sort of how you die. But as someone who has a lot of hours in Zomboid, what I can say is late game, there's a lot less to do unless you incorporate a lot of mods. You have to, entertain yourself. And there's nothing wrong with a sandbox game that doesn't have an end game, but just more, like, higher requirements for long-term survival or something. So I'll give you some for instances. Requiring having a very reasonable way for the player to level up certain skills, but then having those skills be needed later on as you survive longer and longer in the game. To, for instance, maintain electronics, or repair metal, or distill your own biofuel, you know, if you run out of gasoline. Things like that, I think, could be a very reasonable thing to add to Zomboid. That still wouldn't ruin the premise of, you know, this is how you died. What about you guys? What do you think is missing, or would be nice to have? Blacksmithing? Yeah, blacksmithing would be similar to metalwork, but obviously I can see the, you know, it's distinct from metalworking. It's not metalworking. I can see that. My lungs are about to bled on my chest, so I'm going to spend a minute reading. And it is not quite the time I said I would pull, but I'm going to have the pull anyway. What to do tomorrow? Alright, here's the 5 options. We have got my choice: build a better base entrance, fix the missing walls in the pool house, add storage, or raid a self-storage facility. I think it's time. This time I'll do bird. Some of these birds are so tiny, I'm going to have to defrost a lot of them. But make it another stew. Oops, did I put my wood axe in the microwave? I did. Okay. That seems a very reasonable place for a wood axe. How would it even fit? I don't know. Magic. Collapsible wood axe. Radishes are seed-bearing. Wouldn't it cause the microwave to explode? No, that's mostly a myth. Metal is almost entirely safe to put in a microwave, except for really, really sharp metal, like shredded aluminum. Other than that, it doesn't matter. It will just make the whatever metal you put in there hot and burn you. And then that is not explosive. So this first stew is going to be the good one, and then the next stew I'm going to make is going to be the sad one. Yeah, I've even had microwaves that had, like, metal trays inside of the microwave, like, built into it, to put, you know, food halfway up, you know? It's really just, like, a very isolated use case where metal becomes a problem in a microwave. Certainly not a typical one. So I need to water the radish. And dog treats. Here, buddy. With that said, I would not suggest putting a fire axe or wood axe into a microwave, as it wouldn't fit. It would be very strange. You think you remember frying pans in Zomboid causing fires for Zomboid? Yeah, I don't know what Zomboid's rules about microwaving metals are. I just know in real life it's, like, not a thing. Like it's chalked up to be. So I'm glad that me accidentally microwaving my fire axe didn't cause the base to explode. That would have been annoying. And unfortunate. No, I put 4 pieces of chicken, or bird, in this, not 3, and it made him upset. Alright, dude. Alright, Victor. Whatever you say. Cheers! The other thing I would like to put into PZ, if I was, you know, part of the development team, would be more robust system of DIY building. One of the other things that I feel is somewhat missing from Project Zomboid is, like, if you're trying to build your own base, anyone that has tried to build their own base can probably tell you it doesn't work out that well. There's, like, a lot of bugs and a lot of problems with bases from scratch. And there's a lot of things, like, you can't do. Like, you can't wire up lights. You know, you have to get external lights and slap them to the wall, and lamps. Like, there's just a lot of missing functionality of, like, build your own base. So that would be another one. I don't think it's all that important because most PZ players don't build their own bases, but my speculation is maybe they don't build their own bases because it's not all that possible to do at present. And it looks like Rhada Self-Storage Facility tied with my choice, so I'm just going to choose Rhada Self-Storage Facility. We have got 2 days of fuel. Start dumping the log stacks. Thought I heard a zombie. But I'll be able to give a more informed opinion probably next patch. Because next patch, they are reworking the skill system that is in Zomboid. Because currently, it is quite the grind. The reason my answer wasn't like, make it less of a grind is, you know, you can just modify the server settings for, like, XP gain and all that. That could be part of the other answer, is just make leveling up certain skills more reasonable, especially fitness and strength. It's completely bonkers how impossible it is to level up fitness and strength. I think his leg's going to be healed by the end of the stream? Maybe? I think it's possible, depending on how much I sleep and time accelerate. Because I'm already moving at a pretty good clip compared to just a few minutes ago. Oops. Unless I time accelerate for no reason. I was actually surprised that it fractured as bad as it did. I think it was probably because I was encumbered so badly. Because it wasn't that far of a fall, all things considering. It was like a 20-foot fall, which is not ridiculous. Oh, no, I'm still hurt. You can tell because I have pain up here as a moodle, whatever it's called. So if you have constant pain, you're guaranteed to have a health condition. So I'm still limping because it's fractured. Once the moodle goes away, it's a few days until the effect fully clears. So it means I'm getting close. Once there's no more constant pain. Oh yeah, there's definitely a zombie in the parking garage underneath me. What about stonework? I don't know about stonework, but maybe concrete and cement. Because there's bags of cement, and then you have wheelbarrows. There's even cement mixers in the warehouse or the hardware stores. So I can definitely see poured concrete being a thing that they could add for like tougher walls. I'm not sure if it would be like under construction scale though. That gets a little weird. Well, it looks like the remainder of the day, I managed to get a pretty good chunk of the cookbook read. But I'm going to put this cookbook away because it's not my preferred skill to be working on. I just did it because you guys voted on it. And instead, let's read metalwork or electrical. So I'll do electrical. I wouldn't mind having like a washer and dryer. Build fireplaces instead of all antique stoves. Maybe next patch. They are reworking the way fire works next patch. Currently, that would be total suicide. One misstep, and you catch fire and you die. Even with a pool there, you would just die. Like, I don't know if you've ever set yourself on fire in Project Zomboid, but there's, like, nothing you can do. Once you're on fire, it's just like, oh, I guess I'm dead. Like, if there was a button that you could press for, like, a stop, drop, and roll, or, I don't know, anything to survive. But it's one of the reasons to avoid open flames as much as you can, because it's highly likely to get you in trouble. Tangier, thank you for the resub. I can never replace you. Why would I want to replace you? So self-storage facilities would be this. Let me check the map. I think it would be that block. Yep. Sort of. So it's just beyond my trap. So it's where actually I've been to some of them where you see the little lightning bolt. I don't know if I cleared them though. So I'm gonna head back there. I'll put a red arrow in it where I'm headed. And then if I've cleared out most of them, I'll go somewhere else and continue raiding other self-storage. Oh, doubles water. Rip cabbages. I'll plan it later, so as to not take up too much of my time. I just wanted to check for diseases. Oh, what is... I guess I'll water you? I think it was just dehydrated. The real question is, where are these worms coming from? Magical worms. Is this a garden inside a house? It is, yes. I'm role-playing in this series, where in order to farm, I'm farming indoors under a skylight to simulate sort of a greenhouse, because it is so cold out that it wouldn't be reasonable to farm outside. Even though the game would allow me, I'm deciding not to farm outside, because it's like -40. Anything you put in the ground would just immediately die. All right, there's one last errand I wanted to run before I skipped out to go clear. So if you take a look at the roof here, it's a pool house with a glass skylight. So I'm farming indoors under a glass skylight around a heated stove. Oh, there's 2 of them. One thing I've not been using is this garage, like at all. Perhaps when I have a new entryway, I could also incorporate this garage as a place to park. Because there's not a lot to hit in there, so it's not like I would... I mean, I would still probably hit a wall, knowing me. A drive-through? Yeah, it wouldn't be terrible. My weight is also looking a little low, so junk food time. 2 bags of chips and jelly beans. Gummy worms. Gum. And orange soda. I'm really happy that the game does not include diseases other than just wound infections and zombie. Because if there was the concept of, like, hypertension and diabetes, oh man, every character I would have the most unclean bill of health ever. Oh yeah, it also has cold and flu, true. I usually pick Outdoorsman, which massively reduces chance to get cold and flu. Because it can be pretty sketchy if you're like, oh, I don't have any pain in my legs anymore. I still probably have the fracture, but now I'm technically pain-free. Yeah, I'm still limping. But 0 pain means reduced trip chance, which is good for fighting. Still know better not to stomp them, though. Oh, that's kind of a group. Ooh. Getting some huge crits. Man, this machete is falling apart on me quickly. It did fine against the last fight when I was down at the convenience store, and then this time around it's just getting trashed. Just by chance, because of maintenance skill. So here's my skills if you were wondering. I've got maintenance of 3, long blunt of 4 and change, long blade of 2 and change. Still working on it. Ooh, nimble of 3. I immediately felt that too. Moving around with right click a little bit better. So who thinks I'm gonna get a scarf from this storage facility? I have been here before, I just don't recall how much of it I've looted. How fast do the acquired skills deteriorate if you don't use them? They don't, unless you die. Whoa, hello, I saw you. You still startled me. Yeah, thankfully there's no skill deterioration. Which is a, quite the blessing. Because it does take a long time to level some skills up. So if you had them deteriorate, it'd be rough. Monica, Lisa. Nope, not here for paintings. Another generator. I'll take the plaster powder because there's a small chance that you all will want me to plaster up the walls that I'm building around the pool house, so I might as well have the plaster powder. You may have noticed I did leave behind America's favorite pastime, baseball. There's definitely other zombies in this facility. Did I break another bone? No, I totally didn't. Gravity broke another bone. I am the victim. I didn't break it. How's this keep happening? When high up and fall, you get hurt. Laws of gravity. Just as Sir Isaac Newton portrayed them. I'm just trying to give the zombies a chance, you know? If I'm always in perfect health, the zombies will have no chance. So I gotta injure myself to level the playing field. That's all it is. Whoa, hi. You are gonna get through that pretty quickly. Oh, this is a slightly spicy area to be in. Let me just, nope. Get out. And switch weapons. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Arctic, which originally streamed live on Twitch May 9th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers.